Is that how that's gonna work?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I wish someone got down or Crump. There's some terminology he used to use called simplification or some shit like that that I would love to ask him about because whatever he would always talk about like old timey music and be like, "There's got simplification." I've seen a couple, you know, I know Crumb pretty well. I just can't say the damn word. Like I could probably Google it right now, but I don't want to touch Google. Don't want to touch Apple, and don't want to give money to Jeff Bezos. So I like to use a pen and paper as much as possible anymore. So I did have I mentioned this, I think earlier, that I had a pretty bad incident with it. And when that tale comes out, it'll be worth it. Andy Schwartz is definitely getting one of the the first calls on that one. What was it, Andy? Art is Life? AIL? GPS? 3-letter words that, everyone always is like, you didn't get the PPP reports. What the fuck's the PPP reports? I don't know. What the fuck's the difference between dog and God? One fucking letter. But we all fucking waste our times on it. Some like dogs, some like God. Andy, that might have been it. I know. I don't want to say it, but this kind of feels that way. I like this feels right now, and I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever hugged my guitar like this before. I kind of seems natural. It's close to my chest. Or my stomach, I don't know. And it holds the belly laughs pretty good. It's such an odd position. And people are like, what's he doing? I don't know, making music. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the events of today. They were pretty funny. If looked at retrospectively with a certain eye. My hand therapist, I feel so weird saying that, but that's basically what he was. I want to get his name right before I mentioned him. I've been meaning to look it up, and I know who it is. Like I like, you know, I saw pictures of his wedding. He got married to he got married in Canada because it was a weird situation. Like he had like a sweet life, and somehow I talked to him. But one of the best advice he had was like, "You look like Tom so and so from Netflix." Who? Some comedian. So like he would go on like, I look this dude. I'm like, okay, what's your point? He's like, I think you'd be perfect as a comedian. I was like, shut the fuck up. But like he really got to know me so well compared to like, you know, like I basically went. Let's put it in perspective. It was like shit happened. But let's put it in perspective a little bit. Honor, can we get back on that record, please? Let's be honest. Like I've had some incidents through my life. But, it's nice to see the light every once in a while. They changed the lights here. It's so much different, so much brighter. It's really nice. Working on the LEDs. Trains are coming. Sounds like it. So, anyone that's really curious, I'm at where I used to live at before I was married. I feel like most people thought that was Southwest. I gather they didn't. But, you know, radio silence will do that to people. Yeah, pandemic will do that to people. People crack up about my photographic memory sometimes. And like they're like, Dan, how can you complain about things? Think of some of your favorite bands and where you could have seen them if you knew where it was at the time. One of my biggest gripes, it happened to me twice until I finally saw them. And Jimmy Miller gave the best thing when I finally saw them. So Jimmy Miller, when we finally saw them, it was me, him, and Kate, his wife. Well, she wasn't his wife at the time. Dude, it was a killer lineup, and like, it was perfect timing. And if the original festival would have been incredible, but I would have been such a grumpy old man at it. Oh, what the hell was it called? It was originally like somewhere like upstate New York. It was like lots of camping. It was supposed to be like a 3-day festival. Radiohead was the headliner, which was you're like, yeah. Sigur Rós was supposed to be on it. I was like, hell yes. Beck was supposed to play before the Beastie Boys, I think, and some stage accident happened and he didn't play. Spiritualized was on it. Blur. That was the first time I saw Blur, and I don't know if it was Blur or Spiritualized. I can do my records. As you can tell. And Elliott Smith was on the side stage. And I go on missing him. And I kind of missed him that night, too. That's alright. My reasoning for missing him at the Troc is incredible. And not a good way. But to me, in retrospectively, shows the dedication I had. Which goes back that you shouldn't see your heroes too often, too quickly. So I had saw Spiritualized, I think, at that festival. Let me retrospectively. I think Gamma Hayes was there, who's done or was supposed to be there. I don't know. I'd have to look at the field day. That's what it was called. So it was like 2003, I think, if I remember correctly, because I was at the Cuz. But anyway, moral of the story was like I finally saw Liz Phair opened, and I finally saw think about it. I saw Liz Phair finally. It was supposed to be like a 2-3 day festival. I think they scheduled it down to 1. Liz Phair, okay, I can handle that. Mind you, it was at I think the Giants play, whatever it's now called, which I saw. I was only there one other time with Richie for Bruce. Which Richie will tell that story from here. So, how we go from here? So, Liz Phair opened. It was like our comeback record. I had the biggest crush on her. I was just like, I have a funny story about her later on in her life at the factory. It might have been around the same period. I told her it was my birthday, and then I hugged her because I always said, if I ever meet Liz Phair, I'd give her a hug because of the Divorce Song, because it's the saddest fucking song. And when I got finally, luckily it wasn't when I signed the papers, but like when I went through it, that song came out, or not, because I went like a good year, like not playing, not listening, but I guess during my breakup at some point, I put on Divorce Song, and man, did that hit hard. I've not listened to Liz since. No offense, Liz, I love you. Read your book. Your book was not as good as no offense to you, as your lyrics. And you've had an up and down career, but overall you're great. I'm not going to crap on you. It was a good book. It's just I was not in the mood at the time. It would be a nice retroactive read. So, definitely did find out things I didn't know about her. So, people around, doing things, living life. So. But yeah, so back to the story. It was, I think Liz Fair was the first person on that bill, and I had never seen her. I feel like I had seen Spiritual Eyes. I was shocked by that point. Blair had never seen. Elliott Smith I had never seen, but he was on a fucking side stage in the middle of this. I know Barb went because she always claims that she saw Smith there, and I'm like, all right, wow, here's your ribbon. Let me tell you why I missed Smith a couple times. And we'll leave it at that. But I mean, you can always play that game. I've seen who. I've won. My friends will tell you I've won many, and then the ones that have won on me, that they love to rub it in, which is always, it feels good to lose every once in a while. So I feel like the hip hop's coming. That's all right. We need hip hop. People need to hear their music. Question is, I'm done here or go elsewhere? Not really tired playing, which is like, well, why? Oh, because it actually sounds good for once. I'm actually in a good mood. Which is hard to describe to people because they're so used to me being in a miserable mood. They don't understand Dan in a good mood, which I understand because I'm not used to it either. But it's nice to have it. It was funny not seeing Beck because of the Beastie Boys. What? But that Radiohead killed that night. I don't. Out of all the times I've seen Radiohead, I don't think the word "they killed that night" was not used by me. The only time, and I hate to say it, is when Tom York played The Factory. Because I wanted to take Jen. Jen didn't want to go. We'd gone to. I shouldn't tell this part of the story, but you got to get stuff out. That's a creative way to tell this story. Here she plays a song. There's a plane coming. It's the plane. It's a plane. I think I figured it out. The only way I could tell this conversation if I go to Slut Church. What the fuck is Slut Church? Let me tell you what Slut Church is. So, oh man, man, I had a bad flashback. It involves, imagine going and you're in a class. We'll leave it at that. And you're being one of the students you developed a relationship with, chatting with, explains that they're in a program that no matter what the time they're going to be here, they'll finish. That they'll get like some kind of certificate to help them deal with the problems that they're dealing with. Sounds nice. I'm staying in the same class as this person, but they don't offer me the program. I think they were trying to pull the bait and switch. I did not like. I was like, no, that's fine. I even was taking people's names and numbers down that you shouldn't take, and I'll leave it at that. But I was like, I've been here for 30 days, whatever. Oh God, that period. Why are you mad? I don't know. I'm only talking about it 2-3 years later. But I don't know. It's kind of nice the whole rest because it's like my energy for music was so low. You're like, what? It was only like a week ago, and it's just what sparked it was crap. I'll leave it at that. I'm happy with it as long as I can keep playing like this. I don't care. I even made a joke. It's going to be my new standard. I hope it is. I've been searching for this kind of tune my whole goddamn life. And I'm sure when I actually do the math, I'll be like, well, yeah, I should have known that one by now. But that's alright. I really like it. I feel like it's worth it. So, I think it makes me more even though it's an acoustic, I'm pretty experimental on it. So it's fun. It's fun to watch people be describes it. I don't know. Let me just hang. The Eastman bugs. So nice. I actually listened to that piece tonight. 72 minutes. It's a good breather. Good old feminine. I love that record. Johnny V knows that. Thanks, John, for playing that once on XPN. I always wondered why XPN never asked me about my musical taste. Shoot from the hip. You're gonna do it. Shoot from the hip. Oh, I've tried to shoot from the hip. They don't listen to me, which is fine. I play the end game with them, or not end game, but the long game with them. Although it'll probably be end game before they care, which is fine. I'm not going anywhere. We're all going somewhere at some point. But yo, Pixie, NRG, what power should be? Power perks. NRG, what the fuck was that mean? Electric blends, travel. Sorry. 3-letter words confuse me. I think it's a bank. No, it says electric plans and I don't know. Well, that's a little haunting. Must be the light. Well, I'm a good, I don't wear glasses, but I probably could at this point because of the amount of time I've spent staring at a computer screen in my lifetime. We all do it, It's nice to look at light that's not, a computer / phone. Sun's nice. Moon's nice, too. Feels good, too. Alright. I'm getting tired. Or at least maybe food. I think I earned it. Oh.